Yo, 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 what does it do, people? What's up, baby? We are back. We are back after a shit show of a Thursday night football game. We got the boy Gator back in the house.
Yeah, what it do, baby?
We had to, if for those watching, for those on podcast, you'll be able to listen to it as we go. But we kick Swift out, man. That's it, man. No more Swift. He stays behind the scenes, if that, for now, because we can't we can't have a donut. We can't have a guy with no wins,
We can't trust them,
co-hosting.
man. Can't
Can't
trust them.
trust him. Can't trust him. So that's the situation on him because I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. I haven't. He's actually here on call right now, but he hasn't talked. He's done with his team. He changed the team name as we'll get to. It's it's gone downhill for him. He's full tilting. He's full tilting 100%. Um, but I mean, take it away from what you saw from this game because I didn't see the first half. I was watching my Miami Heat play. I'm not gonna lie. I see you rocking the
Yes, sir.
I was watching the Heat play the first half with my
Season
dad
started
and
coming through.
tuned into the second half, and I kind of wish I didn't. Honestly, it was fucking horrible. But go ahead and take it away.
Yo, so I actually did watch this whole game, unfortunately.
I could go
Um,
into
so so I am a JT owner. I wanted to see what the Colts O line was because I haven't been able to watch a whole game all the way through. I wanted to see what the O line was looking like. It's not looking promising for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on there. And then I'm in 4 leagues, and 2 of them I have Russell Wilson, and 2 of them, and the other 2 I was facing him. So this game was relevant to me yesterday. Man, both teams just looked awful. It was just people were already saying the game was going to be dog shit, but even that was an understatement. Like this game, I can't believe I don't even want to know what these people paid to go to this game, and neither team showed up. It was
refund them their money.
Yeah, there was nothing to take away from this game besides both offenses just are bad. They're just
Did
the
you
defenses are
actually?
stout,
Yeah.
but
Did you actually see people were walking out of the game
yeah, people were
before
walking out the game.
OT?
No, they were
Bro.
literally running the last play for overtime where they were gonna kneel the ball and people were leaving. They were like, "Fuck it," and this is the fucking Denver crowd,
Yeah,
bro.
this is at home, yada
They were like,
yada.
"I don't even give a fuck no more. We're just gonna leave. Well, this game can end in a tie or we lose. It don't matter. This thing, it's not entertaining, man. It's not
It
entertaining."
wasn't. I'm actually very happy for 3 reasons. I'll just rattle them off real quick. My first reason is I took the Colts money line, so I hit by this much. By
What's
this
the over
much,
under for the game?
bro. I think it was like 40 points, 42 and a half. Not easy,
Jeez,
easy
bro.
under. Obviously, I also the other reason is I've been talking up my boy Alec Pierce for like 2 weeks now,
Yeah, he had
and
another crazy little catch
just
today.
he just kept
Yesterday.
he just keeps producing. I try to tell people, and you trust talent, and they don't have a clear. Paris Campbell is not a number two, so I am all here for Pierce. I think. Well, next week on the waiver episode, you guys are going to see. If you guys were listening, you got him for free. Now you got to pay some premium price for him. I'm not gonna lie. And on the other side, man, these running backs, I believe people were spending upwards of 300 fab out of $1,000 budget on players like Mike Boone. I don't trust anybody in this offense. I know Gordon had himself a decent game, and Boone as well. I think he had 85 yards or something like that. Not a horrible game, but my God, this. I'm
We
sorry,
did
this
have
team.
one really big play towards the end of the game. So
He had a screen pass that he caught and went for like 30 yards.
yeah, so he got a lot of those points really late.
But again, there's Russell. Russell is not cooking. They are cooking Russell instead because he is playing like shit. That line is not looking too good. Both lines weren't looking too good. Matt Ryan was getting killed. Did a last second switcheroo and I started the Denver Broncos defense in the league. I know you started him in our league, so
Yeah,
congratulations
yeah,
for them going crazy. But
that
I
was
think
it was rough. I do want to say post Javante, Melvin Gordon did look pretty decent.
yep,
I think he had 101 scrimmage yards, so there's
yeah,
value there. He did have some receptions. He looked like the clear lead. Mike Boone did get sprinkled in here and there, but
This should
I
be
mean,
expected. This looks like old Javante workload and Melvin Gordon workload.
yeah, with the favor going over to
The
Gordon and
Melvin,
then
yeah.
yeah. So
There wasn't really much to take away from this game. The both offenses are kind of shit, and we're gonna move right along here, man, because we're gonna go to our league here. It's gonna get pulled up shortly. The sleeper league that we're in, and we're just gonna start. We're gonna start going matchup by matchup. I think. First of all, you could take it away because me and Joseph actually play each other in both leagues, of course, like I did last week. Hopefully, I get
shot.
reversed. Yeah, I play him in this one and the online one. Um, but let's talk about this league because this is the more important league, at least for me personally.
Yeah.
I say that because my team's better here, but my other team sucks. But definitely, if Joseph will pull up the matchup here, you'll see he's projected 0 points. If you see 1% chance of winning, I think he has nobody there. It's just he's giving him a stern talking to. He's got all his players on the bench. He's lining them up.
He's
He's
got him in the
smacking their
locker
hands.
room right now. He's giving him a pep talk, trying to
He's
get him
trying to
up.
give him, yeah, he's trying to give him that Jameis Winston pep talk. We'll see how it works. Did you actually see the Trevor Lawrence pep talk before a game? Dude, it was so uninspiring.
Bro, he's so stern. Like he like no emotion whatsoever. He's like, all right, guys, let's show him who we are. What?
Yeah. Let's go, guys. Win. All right. All right, dickhead. Anyways, um, we're gonna yeah, he changed his team name to No Passion and Solid followed right behind him with Everyone Outworks Me. His name used to be No One Outworks Me. I think they're just going through it
Yeah.
between both of them. But Solid, your team would be a lot better if you trade me, Eckler. I'll just leave it at that, man. And I think personally, I think I'm gonna win this week, even if he starts his players. I mean, I know he is. He's just giving him a stern talk. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna help him. I'll be honest.
I mean,
What do you
yeah, I
think?
don't I think his team is pretty shallow. Even if Swift does play this week, which
Is
he should be
unlikely.
back. I mean, he's not. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, he's got Aaron Jones, but his team is looking
It's looking
he
rough for him.
is looking
Is there my quick question on my team? Is there anybody you'd start over Hollywood this week? Is Oh, actually, Joseph, if you can pull up the league transactions because we have some waivers we got to talk about because the waivers ran for the league. We got a couple of trades.
Oh yeah, we'll talk
Um,
about that when we get to me real quick in a
yeah, we'll
second.
talk
Yeah.
about the waivers real quick though because it happened not too long ago, and on the waivers there was a lot of players taken. Waivers got ran. Everybody was picking up, putting down. I don't know. Shit was going down on waivers. Mike Boone got picked up. I think it was like 10 players who processed on waivers.
Oh yeah, there
And
was a big waiver transactions this week.
yeah, I
We
was
had Boone go for 328, Tyler Algier 30, 300. How much did Hunter say he was gonna drop? I think the most he said he would drop was like 25. He did go a little bit over.
Yeah, he capped on his fucking name so hard. I think
Yeah.
people are starting to get scared when they come onto the show, man. We want you to be transparent, man. What the hell? Dropping
Jacoby
he
Myers, Teddy Bridgewater dropped Chase Poole or
dropped
Claypool.
Joseph dropped 328 on Mike Boone. I just want to take that Tyler
Yeah,
Algier for 300 and he said he didn't really like I mean, I don't know,
buying in
man.
on
Some
that.
people some people out here. Definitely that's what happened during waivers and now we'll go right back to the uh on my team, by the way, Joseph traded me DJ Moore for 250 fab. Uh, so now that makes two deals that I've made. I've gotten Chris Olave and DJ Moore for a total of 300 fab. I think is exquisite for my fucking wide
Solid.
receiver
I
room.
would do that.
Yeah, exactly. I would 100% do that.
Take that all
This was
day.
before the Olave breakout.
Yeah.
We're gonna go in here into Hunter, bro. Tell me what you think about Hunter versus Tony. Oh, I'm picking myself, by
Yeah.
the way, obviously.
Yeah, we're going with Lewis. So saucy on this one. Yeah, I think Hunter's team is not gonna do too well this week. Um, I'm taking Tony again, man. The guy, my fellow trade partner. Me and Tony just made a trade. In case you guys missed it there in the recap. I sent them over Clyde for Kamara. I'm buying in on Kamara. I feel like Kamara's floor is Clyde's ceiling. You get me? So even now, even though he's coming back from injury, I sent him that trade. Then he countered. He just wanted 155 thrown on top, and I was like, all right, I'll take it.
Shit.
You know, that was a smash for me. I'm fortunately I've only spent 255 thus far, and that was on Jeff Wilson. So, or was that? No, that was the other league. That was Jeff Wilson. What did I spend
Yeah.
it on this
No,
week?
the reason
Yeah,
Tony wanted Fab is because he had zero Fab
yeah.
dollars
He had Fab because he had emptied the bank on Jeff
on
Wilson.
Mr.
Matter of
Jeff
fact,
Wilson.
he had
I
dropped
was
1,000 on him. Yeah,
we
that
were
was.
talking about I'm gonna be honest, I'm also taking Tony here. I think his team is better. I don't like some of the players that are gonna be playing for Mr. Hunter's side. I think his running back situation is he's just praying at this point. I get it's Damien Harris, but
Yeah.
I don't think Brees Hall is a good start. I think he should start Mostert, actually. I think he has him. But I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
has Mostert, Montgomery. Montgomery's not playing this week, right? He's not trending to
No,
play.
he's gonna be out this week.
Yeah.
And for the other side, I think he should be looking at Njoku versus the Chargers over Zach Ertz versus the Philadelphia Eagles. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I think these players have.
It's
I
gonna be
want to say, I want to
definitely gonna
applaud
be
you,
cool.
man, because Kamara. I love me some Kamara. For
Yeah,
people who've been listening, I had him as RB1 on the season. I was very close to like I had him in the same tier as JT and CMC. Prior to the obviously he hasn't fucking looked up to he hasn't even played. I think this week he's dropping 25. So this is Kamara's coming out party in my opinion.
yeah. I don't know if it's his coming out party, but I think he's gonna have a good showing. The Saints offense hasn't been really whole since the whole
Yep.
season. You know, Michael Thomas came back week 1. He was on a snap count. Kamara gets hurt. He plays game
Winston's playing
2.
hurt.
Games plays 2 hurt. Game 3. You know, so it's just like I'm hoping they'll become whole as the season progresses, and they'll just open up more opportunities for everybody. Jameis loves to sling it. So this offense, I'm I'm confident that it's gonna produce, even if it doesn't look pretty. It's gonna
How
produce.
confident are you in Kamara this week, even though Jameis might not play? I don't think it
Um,
affects him much, but
yeah, I don't. They're playing Seattle, so it's not a. They're playing Seattle and they're at home, so it's not like they're facing a stout matchup. Um, I'm seeing 15 to 20 points from him.
that's fair.
In PPR, half PPR. You got that 12 to 15, and standard. If you're playing standard for whatever reason in today's age, you're looking at 9 to 12 points from him.
They shouldn't be playing standard, but anyways. We're gonna yeah. So you said you took Tony in that one as well. I'm taking Tony. So
Yeah,
right now we're in
Tony
agreement.
here. Yeah,
What about Larry Clapper and Kakyo and Supreme? We got the undefeated matchup. I mean, not
yeah,
undefeated, but she's the only person undefeated in this league.
yeah, yeah. I think this is the week. Um,
Mm.
this
This,
let me not say that. No, I don't. It's tough, but
this is a tough matchup in my opinion. This is the hardest one to pick for.
yeah, because they both have some hitters here. Miles Sanders has looked amazing so far this year.
Standard
Um,
season rise, baby.
Diggs, Wilson, Metcalf. Yeah, I mean, nothing here. It just seems like a safe floor, but I feel like Kakio might come out 5-0 after looking at this matchup.
I am also in agreement with you. My I mean, I have several reasons. I don't think his receivers, Larry Clapper's receivers, have good matchups this week. Personally,
Yeah,
DK has a tough matchup. Even though I know Marshawn just got burned by Jay Jettas, but Jay Jettas and DK are not the same build.
yeah. Diggs too.
Um,
Diggs has a tough matchup with the Pittsburgh secondary,
yep,
although he's matchup proof pretty much.
Garrett Wilson as well. But the person that I'm looking at, I'm like, why are you still starting this? Is Antonio Gibson? Come on, Kev.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
bro. I'm gonna stop, bro. Throw in. I mean, his. I'm not gonna lie. Who he has to start over him? Just put in Khalil Herbert. That's what I'm thinking.
yeah. He's a smash. If Montgomery isn't playing, I'm starting Herbert regardless of who I
Exactly.
have. Like I'm
I'm
finding
starting
a way
Herbert,
to start him.
and I'm probably looking at. I mean, Dalton Schultz, yeah, his tight end is kind of questionable, but I'm sticking with Kakewin here as well. I
Appreciate you
actually,
letting me know.
I've sent out some trades for 4 RBs, and she has one of them. I'm just gonna leave it
Oof.
at that. I'm not joining the Chubb Club, guys. Gotta chill. But yeah. What he said. I'm not. I'm just gonna Josh Jacobs, Kakewin. If you're listening, just give me an offer. Just give me we could work some out. You're a nice person. I'm a nice person. My team needs to get better. Your team, I mean, you're 4-0, but it never hurts to improve. Never hurts to improve. So this is also another sweep. So you took her as well, or you said
Yeah,
this
I'm
is the week?
taking her. No, I'm
Oh,
taking her. I was gonna pick Kevin on this one, Mr. Blurry Clapper, but I think
and
I'm
then
sticking with the undefeated here.
I'm gonna let you talk your matchup. I'm gonna let you talk.
Oof.
I'm not even going.
My matchup. Yeah, so I got Big Flex, and me and Big Flex have been back and forth. I've been trying to get some players for off of him, but this week, all that is off the table because I don't want to help his team this week. I'm taking myself this week. I think with the Kamara trade, my team got better. Even if it's not immediately better, I think it's gonna be better in the long run. Um, you know, I'm just waiting for D Hop to get back. And yeah, I'm taking myself in this matchup, bro. I think the Mahomes in Vegas, that's gonna be a shootout. And I mean, although Russ put up a stinker, since you mentioned it earlier, I got the Broncos defense who got me 17 points already.
Yeah, that
So
was a sneaky start for you right there. That
yeah,
three forced fumbles, six sacks, 2 picks, 12 points allowed, and most of those points got allowed because their fucking offense couldn't move the ball. Not
yeah.
because of them.
If you guys have any defenses starting against the Colts and you're on the fence about whatever defense you currently have and the Broncos are there, I would recommend, or not the Broncos, any team playing them. Matt Ryan is a rock in the pocket. The motherfucker cannot move to save his life. You're
Mhm.
guaranteed like 3 sacks a game against these fuckers. Like they're just I don't even think it's that they're giving up sacks. I just think he can't fucking move.
They're the third
So
easiest defense to play against.
yeah,
Or yeah, like
or
so.
offense.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Your defense.
So you're looking at and the Rams, I saw the Rams are up there. The Rams, same thing
Not that bad.
applies. Like they're down. It's not because of the
Oh
O line. They're just down a bunch of starters. So there's gonna be a few plays where they're just wash plays and it's an immediate sack. Like
yeah,
you
that
know,
Rams offense looks like Cooper Kupp or bust after last week. I'm not gonna lie.
which
So
is what I've been saying. I've been saying that's not a recipe for to win. So
honestly, if Van Jefferson is out there in any leagues, the way Allen Robinson has looked, and your receivers are shitty, take a flyer on Van Jefferson at this
that's
point
a fluff.
because somebody has to do something, and clearly it's not A Rob. We'll see.
Yeah.
Apparently, the reports came out. They said they were going to involve Allen Robinson this week. Whatever the fuck that means, we should wait and see.
They can
I
try
have
to
no
involve
faith.
him, but the fucker's not creating any space, so it doesn't really it's not really gonna do anything.
Oh, yeah, you got. Oh, look at Joseph. He's about to put a waiver bid for him. $0, all you need, bro. I got you. I'll hook you up with some freebies at receiver.
541? Bruh, this man's a
He has to drop somebody. He's not doing this. Um, I'm taking you in your matchup. I'm gonna be very honest. I think your team is very solid up top with Mahomes, Kamara, I like Godwin this week, Fournette against Atlanta, Travis Kelsey. I like those matchups. I don't think his team is bad, so I don't think it's gonna be that much of a kill. But I think his quarterbacks are just so shit. Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
and Carson Wentz are so bad. I do think Carson Wentz is gonna I think he's gonna be very good this week, but I'm sorry, bro. I can't be trusting Aaron Rodgers anymore. This that receiving core, him in general, the offense looks so. They almost lost to whatever
I
his
mean,
name is.
he's just put up 18, which is, mid. So he's
Mid.
putting
I
up
think that was
18 every week.
his highest. No,
No,
1865.
he's
Yeah,
literally had 18 every
1870.
week pretty much, besides the first
Yeah,
week. 1870, 1865, 1865. He's
that man's a borderline. Like he's like a low end mid tier quarterback too. He just no yards. He hasn't thrown over 300 yards in any game. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry,
think
flex,
that's
but
bound. I think that's bound to he's bound to go off though. I don't. He's way too talented, way too smart of a quarterback to not. He's always succeeded. I mean, 18 for where you drafted Aaron Rodgers, you're not
thrilled.
disappointed. You're not disappointed. Uh, you're not excited or anything, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's giving you a solid baseline.
He's somebody you feel meh about. You're like,
Yeah, exactly. You're like indifferent.
whatever. And we're gonna go to the last matchup. We got Eli versus Solid. Solid's 1-3. Eli's 2-2. This matchup right here is I think Solid's gonna come out on top. Um, Eli's depth after trading
AJ
for
Brown.
Christian
Yeah.
McCaffrey,
Trade away AJ Brown and
Damian
who else?
Harris, David
Damien.
Montgomery. His
Yeah.
depth is horrendous. Some of these running backs that he has on his bench,
Yeah.
Isaiah Spiller, why?
After
Um,
trading for McCaffrey, yeah, like his team is too shallow, and now with Jonathan Taylor being out, he's gonna feel that. If McCaffrey or Taylor miss any games, he's gonna feel, you know, the
and it
lack
just
of
got
depth that his team has.
it just got updated too. Dawson Knox, who he's starting in his flex spot, is
He's,
literally out.
he's out. He just got rolled out
Yep.
24 minutes ago. Yeah.
So
So
this is even slimmer picking.
this is what happens,
For,
man. This is the risk you guys take. Whenever you draft when you have a high draft pick and you trade for someone who has a high draft pick and you trade away pieces like this, pretty much you're trading away depth or to improve your starting lineup. He did change his name. It was
it was
JT
Taylor.
and CMC, and now he changed it to just CMC. So yeah, man, this is what happens when it's a risk you take when you empty out your depth. You improve your starting lineup. I think Eli has had like some of the highest scoring weeks in this league so far. I think he
Yeah,
dropped like 200 something, some ridiculous number. But this is what happens when you. Fortunately, he has Waller. He doesn't have to start Knox, so he can just slot in somebody.
he has to go.
But
He has to go on the waiver wire and pick somebody up. I think homie should take a nice long look at Robert Woods and just say fuck it at this point.
yeah, I mean, you're not starting Duvernay versus Cincy.
All right, so Bateman's been missing practice. And I still would not start Duvernay. I just don't trust our offensive coordinator to get receivers the ball. So I'm Duvernay. I'm not starting Duvernay unless it's a deeper team league. I mean, after looking at his team, maybe I'd start Duvernay, but I think you should just go out there and waivers and pick up Robert Woods.
I think so. He definitely could take some flyers this week.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially with Dawson Knox being out, he should.
yeah,
He can look at any position. I think Robert Woods is probably
yeah. There's some
best
spot
bet.
starts he's gonna. I would definitely think he needs some spot starts, but I'm still picking solid here. I think Eckler's back on track. Hertz is gonna have another Hertz outing. Joe Mixon against Baltimore. That's he has a solid floor. They need him. Higgins is gonna perform. Cooks is gonna. They're playing Jacksonville. Jacoby Myers,
Easy
he
start.
picked him up. He picked him up this week off of waivers, and he's throwing him right into the starting lineup, because he has this garbage trash can here named Allen Robinson. So, um,
Got a large dumpster on his bench, just
yeah,
fucking sweeping away the souls of
I
his team.
said last week was the last opportunity you're giving him, and I meant it. Like
How do you feel
after
about him?
last week.
How do you feel about him benching Penny?
Penny. I mean, he's not playing the Lions again,
Yeah.
so. Uh, I did smash on that boom pick
Yes,
from
sir.
last week. He is playing New Orleans. They are really good run defense. So, not to say that they're gonna have a negative game script, but I think they're gonna look to target the receiver or the running back more in the air. So it might be more split than it was last week. Penny could still have a top 20 finish, but I'm not
I
as
think it's
confident against
I think he's
New
TD
Orleans.
dependent.
Yeah, he's touchdown dependent this week against New Orleans, is what I feel.
So I think we're in agreement right there. How about you lead us off, man? That was it for our pick'em. Pick'em slash sit starts, and just going over the league real quick. We went over the DJ Moore trade, your Alvin Kamara trade. Um, guys. If people are tilting as hard as Swift is for DJ Moore, are you still off of DJ Moore completely?
DJ or me?
No, you personally, are you still off of DJ Moore?
DJ, I just think he's too fucking talented, bro. I think
Exactly.
Baker is so bad that he has nowhere but up to go. Um, I don't know. I don't think you're trading him away for pennies. I still because it's not like the Allen Robinson, you know. Allen Robinson looks trash. He's not creating space. There's nothing good to look at. DJ Moore is still creating space. He's getting open. Baker just doesn't fucking see him. It's as simple as that. So he's gonna have a few games where Baker finally real. I don't know, bro. They started finally throwing the ball to McCaffrey
I'm gonna
last
be
week, so I'm hoping Baker is still trending up. But I'm not
yeah.
completely off of him, but I'm not buying him. Last
I
week I
think
was willing to buy him, but I'm not buying DJ Moore.
I think this is my main thought process because I'm somebody who very heavily believes in talent over opportunity. Like I think talent eventually gives you like they're gonna be like, all right, this guy's too damn good. We got to get him the ball. That's basically where I'm at, and I think DJ Moore qualifies as that. And I think we can agree here. The Panthers are a shitty team, right? They're gonna be down in a
Aw-
lot of games,
Awful.
and and with that being the case, they're 27th in pass attempts in the league because they've had
Yeah,
three
I was
close
gonna
games.
say it's not so much that they're bad, is that their offense. I think their pace of play is really bad. Like they have one of the lowest plays, like play counts for
Yeah,
the amongst all teams on offense. So like I just see like they have nowhere to go but up. You know,
yes,
they're better than what they've shown. Their defense is pretty good. I don't know if you remember last year they were pretty
yeah, they
much
were
shutting out everybody until they started getting injuries. Um, I
very
think
young
they
team
have a
too.
good defense. They have a good young defense that's only going to keep getting better. Their offense on paper should be better than last year's. It's just Baker can't fucking figure it out. It's just all on Baker and Rule,
Yeah,
obviously, and his coach. But
yeah. Baker's
the,
only thrown 117 passes in 4 games, so that's a little bit over 27, 28 a
yeah,
game.
how
I
many
think
does Fields have? You know, like
exactly.
you're in that realm, and that can't be it when you
Yeah,
don't have the Bears receiving core. You have DJ Moore, you have McCaffrey, who's a stud receiver if you want him to be. Like,
I agree. I think DJ Moore in this offense is looking up personally in terms of fantasy purposes because I think they're going to be down in a lot of games. They've played some hurt or sucky teams to start the year, and I just think they're going to be getting down a lot. And shit, you take the number one receiver in an offense if he gets 10 targets a game. He got
yeah,
11 last week, and they threw 36 times. That's almost a 33% target share. I'll take my chances on DJ 100%. But we're gonna get into it, man. This is what people are here for, Gator. This is what they want. You almost clean sweep last week. Almost
yeah.
clean sweep last week. So now go ahead and tell us about your saucy take.
See, I hit on the running backs last week, but not the wide receivers. You know, um, it just ended up happening. I was looking at this list, man. Who happens to be playing the Lions? Damien Harris, the Patriots rushing back. You know, they have Stevenson ranked a little bit ahead of him, but they have Damien Harris as the RB 19 right now. I think he's in line for a top 10 finish. He's playing the lines again. They should be in the goal line. Damien Harris should rip off a couple big runs. Um, I think he is a lock in for a top 10 finish. Might even be top five, depending if he gets more than one
One
touchdown. You
touchdown.
know? Yeah, so if he gets more than one touchdown, he's definitely top five finish
I'll
for
be
me
honest.
this week.
I think you're starting him and Stevenson this week.
Yeah, you're both are startable. Yeah, but
Both
I think
I think
Damien Harris is
after
gonna get the heavier workload just
Last
because.
week they had 40 opportunities between both running backs. I think it
Yeah,
was almost a perfect 20-20 split. I think you start both of these running backs until proven otherwise, especially against Detroit. So I
yeah.
love your pick personally.
Mm.
My pick, my running back's a little bit lower on the list. He might have to scroll down a bit. It's Kareem Hunt. They currently have him at 31. They had him at 29 when I did it, but they have him at running back 31. Against the Chargers, I got him top 15.
Top
Uh,
15.
yeah, I think his opportunities have been there. Um, and I seen getting into the end zone. He's been getting a lot of goal line work and hasn't been able to get in. The Chargers aren't necessarily known to be stout defensively at stopping the run, especially with some of like the injuries they've been having lately. I just think this is Kareem Hunt's week. And I just don't trust the Chargers. And this might be a high scoring game, so maybe Chubb gets
That's
played
what
off
I
the
was gonna
field.
get at. I don't know if you remember this game from last year. I think they both went out for 40 points, both teams.
Yep. That's why I'm a big proponent of just get as many people in these teams on these in this game as you can that are like borderline startable. So I think you're definitely starting. Obviously, you started in Chubb, you're starting Hunt. You know, Keenan's back, so I think that's gonna bode well for Kareem.
Yeah, that boosts everybody in the Chargers offense for me.
Yep.
He's their sticks guy, man. He gets that offense rolling. He's the good old reliable for
Yes.
for that team.
He's like the grease on the wheels. Like if that shit
Yeah,
starts to get stuck, you just put a little bit of grease on them hoes and then they keep spinning, bro. That's Keenan for you. I'm not
that
gonna
that
lie.
40.
That WD 40. What about your bust of the week, man? Somebody
Oh,
got to
my
be
bust of
busting
the week
this
got
week, bro.
running back, man. Najee Harris.
Oof.
So
King Loki.
I love Najee. I love his attitude. I love his work ethic. I love his build. He's a really good running back. This Pittsburgh O line is just fucking putrid, bro. Like they're awful, and they're playing the Bills.
Playing the
The
best defense.
Bills, the Bills are, people might, just because they are recency biased, they look at the last 2 weeks against the Dolphins and the Ravens. Those are hard matchups, and both teams that put up 20 points roughly. Every other mid-tier matchup, every other mid matchup has been a
Oh, wow.
bout, a straight
Thanks.
blowout, and the Steelers fall in that line. They're starting Pickett, so there's going to be an adjustment period for them as well. I don't expect the Steelers. If you have Steelers and you're starting them, if you can, I would recommend fading all of them. If you have better options, obviously. Najee is at best a flex play for me this week. I think he finishes outside the top 30. Um, it's not looking good in this matchup for him. It's purely based on matchup and his O line not being able to get him running lanes. As
Yeah,
simple as that.
absolutely. Just so some people have some point of reference, because we're crunching the numbers as we do over here. So top 30 over the first 4 weeks was 10.1, 10.1, 8.6, and 10.6. So around 10 points a game. So he's basically
Yeah.
saying Najee should be around 10, maybe a little less than 10.
Yeah, he should be in single digits unless he gets some targets, which he doesn't get in this offense now. So
Especially with the rookie quarterbacks never dump the ball off to running backs. It's
yeah,
I don't know, they need to work their way up to be Tom Brady in terms of checking down. So these
Tom
running backs
Brady,
can have more.
Eli, I don't know, these Hall of Fame quarterbacks that just
Yeah,
happen to be
Joe
good at,
Flacco,
you
Hall of
know,
Fame quarterback. Checking down. I mean, he's a the
but
check down king. Ray Rice used to eat just off of receptions. I mean, you saw
Ray
Brees Hall.
Rice was a goat. Ray
Hey
Rice was
man,
goated.
hey diddle diddle Ray Rice up the middle, man. That was used to be a saying out here in Baltimore. You just hey, just give him the ball and let him work. Yeah, but I agree with you, man. I'm kind of off Najee this week. I don't think they have. I think the ranking at 20 doesn't feel horrible because of how bad some running backs have been.
Feel like it's a safe ranking from the
Yeah,
fantasy pros
like
out here.
they're definitely putting him there because they know this matchup. I actually saw last time a quarterback. This is just a little fun fact. The last time a rookie quarterback beat the top ranked defense in a start in the rookie season was in 2004, and the quarterback was Ben Roethlisberger, and it was against the Bills.
Wow.
Crazy coincidence. With
Full
that being
circle.
said, Bills by 35.
Same, bro. This is gonna be a blowout. I don't see this being a close game at all.
My bust of the week is is gonna be Mr. Mixon, Mr. Joe Mixon. They got him ranked as running back 8 right now. He's playing my Ravens. Um, it says it's a good matchup. Fuck what that says, man. Just listen to your boy. I watch my Ravens play. So unless Mixon's gonna be heavily involved in the passing game, and I don't see why he should be. Considering their receivers. Last year when we played against the you see, we're ranked 17th.
They're in
Fantasy
the
pros doesn't
middle.
know what the fuck they're
They're
talking about.
mid pack, middle of the pack. Yeah.
Yeah, so with last year we played them twice, and Higgins and Jamar Chase absolutely shredded us. We had no defensive backs on the field, essentially outside of Marlon Humphrey, and we got absolutely slaughtered. I think that was the game Chase went for like 200 plus. Higgins had 150 plus. Burrow
Do
threw
you
for
think Chase
500 yards.
bounces back?
I'm gonna get to that. I think it's different this time around. We have a healthy secondary for now. Let me knock on wood because we seem to get ravaged. I think this is not going to be a. I think this is going to be an interesting game. I think you're starting Chase and Higgins, obviously, but I think Higgins might draw because he lines up on the left side of the field. He might draw the Marlin matchup, so I'd be a little bit more hesitant starting T Higgins than I am Jamar Chase this week. I think Chase has a better week because Marlin is better than Marcus Peters, who is the opposite corner.
Yeah.
Unless they move around, which they can, but as of till now, the 2 games I've seen from the Bengals, they line fucking Chase up on the right side of the offense, and then Kyle Pitts is just ruled out right now. I'm sorry.
This got
Right
ruled
now,
out.
yep. I mean, not like that does much because if you're starting him, I think this is
You're
finally.
already looking for other options if you have
Yeah, if
Pitts.
if you weren't looking for other options, I think this is gonna help you be like, damn, maybe
Yeah.
I should start that Tyler Higbee guy over.
If you still want Pitts, like might as well buy now. He's as low as he can, and he's hurt. So
And if you
you know,
have Pitts, just don't sell him because you're gonna get pennies for that same reason. Like,
yeah,
there's no point.
you might as well just keep him at that point unless you get like a really good offer. But
But yeah, I got
Pitts
Mixon outside top
mix
25.
Yeah. Do you think it's more he's just gonna be inefficient again? It's just straight volume inefficiency and no
I think
passing?
that's I think that's basically his floor, man. His floor is like that's the whole reason Mixon is relevant is because of how many touches he gets.
20 plus touches a week, man.
Yeah, so if this week, I don't know how this game's gonna play out. This game's gonna be tough to predict. I think they have the Ravens favored by 3 because we're playing at home. Which basically, if for those of you guys who don't know, if you see a spread is like -3 for the home team, it's basically an even game. They're giving them those 3 points for the like home field
Yeah,
advantage.
the home field advantage.
So, but like I said, this is not a spot where I trust Mixon because his efficiency hasn't been there. Their offensive line isn't that good, and like our defensive line is not horrible. So I'm just off of Mixon this week. I think they're gonna pass the ball because that's what they did last year against us, and they killed us with it. So
You think outside the top 20 for Mixon?
I think 25 outside top 25
Oh,
because I
top
think he's gonna
25?
be around.
Okay,
I think he's
so
gonna be
good
around
pick.
those like 11 and a half, 12 points in
Okay.
PPR, which
Yeah.
you still start, but I don't
Yeah,
think
it's a
he's gonna
startable,
be.
but
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
think he's gonna be Joe Mixon of
low to your
last week.
expectations. Yeah.
Yeah, talk to me about receivers though, man.
Oof, oof. I think this is the week, man. This is my fantasy value of 2022. Mr. Chris Goatwin. I think this is his game where he's gonna ball out. They have him currently as the wide receiver 20. I think as he just gets healthier and healthier, he looked pretty good last week. I did go back and watch those games. Yeah, I think he's in line. They're playing the Falcons. Yep, Swift is showing it there. Falcons are sixth worst against fantasy receivers. I think Godwin is going. Brady has been missing this man, and he's gonna
Oh,
see. He's gonna look for him. I wouldn't be surprised if Godwin finishes in the top 5 this week. Matter of fact, book him. Put it down.
top
Top
five.
5 receiver this week. That
He's
is
a
my
top five
guy.
anytime.
I'm gonna start him in all 4 of my leagues, unless he for whatever reason doesn't play. But I'm throwing him in.
I'll be honest. I fucking love Chris Godwin. I think he's so fucking good. Top 5 is exactly. I'd expect no less from a Chris Godwin owner and a Chris. He went to Florida if I'm not mistaken. So
Godwin, I don't think he did.
he go to
Did
Florida,
he?
dude.
Did
I
he? Let
suck
me
with
check real
colleges
quick.
apparently. Jesus Christ.
Godwin went to Penn State.
Penn State. You know what?
Yeah.
He's down here in Florida. He's been down here long enough, man.
Yeah, he might as well be a Floridian. You know, you seen what the Florida water has done to Brady out here.
Yeah, they got him going crazy, acting up. His wife says he doesn't know him anymore. Oh man, that's another topic.
Oh man, that's a whole nother topic.
I love your receiver bus. I'm starting Godwin in a league. I've been waiting for this man to come back. He's finally back. My team is gonna take off in that league.
Receiver,
I was just
boom,
missing a
boom.
receiver.
You said
My
bust.
receiver, yeah,
You
my
said,
receiver boom of the week is gonna be the man over there in Philly, man. Not AJ Brown. I'm talking
um,
Devonta Smith.
oof, I love that.
He's got the Cardinals matchup, man. I love Devonta Smith. You know, he's that type of receiver who he's shown you this year. He can't have two bad weeks in a row. So I think he's going to be top 12. I think he gets 100 yards, roughly around 100 yards, 7, 8 catches, maybe more, and he might find the end zone. I think
Yep.
you're going to feel real good starting him this week. Personally,
I think he's a start this week as well. He's
that's
just
standard scoring though.
he's
Don't look at
way
things.
too talent. He's way too talented. Um, and that offense is clicking. I don't think they're gonna be able to
Stop
just
him.
keep running it. I don't think you're gonna be expecting Miles Sanders to do what he's been doing every week. He looks great, but Devonta Smith is a stud. The catches this man makes,
Yep.
he's
He
Mike
doesn't.
Williams. He has Mike Williams type of catches. He literally just jumps in the air and comes down with them somehow. He's just amazing. The
You know
stuff
it's
that you see this man do.
it's crazy. His biggest draft, like knock when he was coming out is that he's too skinny.
Too
He
skinny,
doesn't
too small,
he
but
doesn't play. They call him the Slim Reaper, man, because this man is 170 pounds at wide receiver.
definitely
Hollywood
plays
is
bigger.
170 pounds at wide receiver. Hollywood is deemed small. So is Devontae because he's taller than Hollywood. And he doesn't
Yeah,
play like Hollywood. Hollywood is terrified to go up in traffic and catch the ball.
because this man is vertical. This man will jump up for the ball. These are receivers that play bigger than what they actually are.
Exactly. He doesn't play like he's 170. And that's why he's my goddamn lock. Lock it in top 12, Devontae Smith. Fuck what is they talking about?
I like that. I like that.
Talk to me about
Wanna
your bust though, man. Who's busting
My
this week?
bus? Oh man. So I was back and forth. Swift was actually a little bit tilted with my bus. He doesn't quite agree with it, but I'm in. It's CD. CD. They have them at 11 right now. They're playing the Rams, which are giving up points to receivers. Yes, I see that, but I think Ramsey is he got embarrassed by Debo last week, and he's gonna need to show up. This team in general is in a tight spot. Their defense is gonna have to show up and show up big, because their O line is gonna be struggling again this week, and I just think CD is in line. Ramsey is just gonna show up, and CD is gonna finish probably outside the top 25, in
Okay.
my opinion. Unless he gets a touchdown, which I don't think is going to come this week. I think the Rams really just need this is they really need this game, and they're at home. I'm pretty sure they're at home, so they need to show up.
I am while I don't disagree with you, I don't fully agree with you. I don't know. I still think CD has himself a day because he's been hyper targeted. But I do think this is a game where the under is gonna smash because the Rams offensive line has been horrible. And I don't think you can really and fully trust this offense with Cooper Rush, even though I know he's 4-0 and I see people,
Exactly. That's
it's
the
not
thing
just about
too.
record.
It's only a matter of time, man. Like a backup is a backup for a reason. They're there to fill it. They're a placeholder till your starter gets back. They'll
I've actually
perform good, but look at what's gonna happen with Teddy. Teddy with the Dolphins. The more volume you give them, the more likely they are to make a mistake. And I think it's just tough.
don't worry if you guys donate to the channel, we'll be able to pull up all these PFF grades for you. It's on the next episode.
This man,
Yes.
this man is trying to pull up the Jalen Ramsey, the amount of yards he's allowing per game. I know, he's had a few bad games, but he's still Jalen Ramsey. You're not thinking that he's washed all of a sudden. You know, man was the only. I think he's the only defensive back that's been a Pro Bowler every year the last 5 years.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
So,
Jalen is
you
still
know,
him, man. People
Jalen
people
is
look
still that guy, man.
guys if corners is a difficult position to play, man. So if he gets beat once or twice, what about all the 17 other like Jalen Ramsey be tackling people one on one in space where he has no business tackling people.
Yeah,
Man's elite and he covers well and he does everything well, man. Jalen Ramsey is still Himothy.
still a stud, bro. He's still a stud.
Um, I'm gonna actually deviate a little bit. Typically, I do a wide receiver bust. I didn't. Nothing was really speaking to me, so I don't wanna pull up lies to you guys here, man. I want to be as transparent as I can possibly be. And for me, we're gonna go to the quarterback position for a bust, and it's none other than Geno Smith. Had 35 points last week. They have him ranked quarterback 16 against, in my opinion, a decent New Orleans defense. One that, if I'm not mistaken, is 24th against quarterbacks. So they're very good, giving up the 24th most points. So that means very good against QBs. And I think Marshawn matches up well with DK. So if anything, I'm maybe fading DK a little bit, but nothing crazy. I just think Geno Smith he's not top 16. I'd rather have Carson. I'd rather have Tanny. I'd rather have Zach Wilson over him this week because I think they got to score to keep up with Miami. There's a lot of quarterbacks I'd rather have than Geno this week. I think that's my fade. I think he's been too good, but like you said, backups are backups for a reason, and it's only time.
Yeah. See, they have Jimmy ranked under him, Jacoby ranked under him, Zach Wilson. I mean, I wouldn't really pick Zach Wilson against Miami. Mariota against Tampa Bay, no. Ryan Tannehill against Washington. Yeah, you said that. Carson Wentz against Tennessee, obviously. Yeah, I mean, Geno Smith. I think he's gonna come down. He's high. He's really high right now because
Yeah,
he's coming off of that game against
cloud
the
nine right now.
Lions. They keep comparing him to Russell Wilson, and they wrote him off. He didn't write back, but it's got to come down. He's another one of these quarterbacks. He was a backup for a reason. We love Geno, but he was a backup for a reason. So
I I do
big-
think that's the case, and we're gonna end the show soon. But first, man, I think we got to come into agreement really quick for just the game of the week. Fuck it, might as well do it. You said your receiver bust, right? Oh yeah, you said CD, of course. Who do you think is the game of the week this week? I'm gonna let you take the honors. We can come into agreement with one. I'll side you behind it because I mean, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
let's see the matchups real quick. What were the games? I'm thinking that that Chargers and Cleveland game, man. I remember that game last year. They went in. I think they both scored 40 points last year. I think this was the game where the Browns were pushing Eckler into the end zone to try to get the ball back.
Yes, sir.
Um, this I'm thinking it's gonna be another shootout. Maybe both teams get in the 30s. Keenan is back, so that it should be back. So that team should definitely be moving the ball better.
Yep.
Yeah, start your players and if they're in this game, man. I'm thinking this is gonna be one of those games where they're just back and forth all game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this is going to be a very interesting game. The line is actually only at 2.5, which is not that high. In favor of the Chargers, that's kind of crazy. I would have thought it would have been more, honestly. But hey, shit, I'm not Vegas. Vegas always know. Every time you see these lines, sometimes you're like, damn, what the fuck does Vegas know that I don't? So that's
They know
why,
something, man.
and they know everything. They know, what we figured out. We just figured out Kyle Pitts was out today. They knew that shit on Sunday evening,
Yeah,
bro. I'm
man.
telling you. So, I mean, I love this matchup. You know what my matchup is, but it's got to
Yeah,
be
just looking at
Ravens,
the game. This Saturday, yeah,
Ravens, Bengals.
that's another really good game. The Sunday night matchup.
Oh man, I'm gonna be teed up probably Sunday watching the game. I might invite some people over to the house. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to think about it because Tuesday's my birthday. Sunday night, sadly, I got to work Monday, yada yada. But I might have to bring it into it, man, because we're due. I think we might lose this game. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Ravens are gonna lose this game and win like 6 in a row.
It's a
But
trap game.
have you seen? We're 2-2 and we've trailed for 14 seconds this season.
I didn't know that.
That's fucking
14
insane.
seconds? That's
14
wild.
seconds. We've been tied or winning the
So you've
rest
been
of
averaging 7 seconds a loss?
7 seconds of loss. Yep. Averaging 3.5 seconds of losing per game. That's fucking insane. And yet we're fucking going to.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
man.
bouncing back, baby. Fuck that shit. Fuck what people talk
There's
about.
quite a few good games, man. The Raiders and Chiefs game should be good. Bengals and Ravens, and definitely I think the Chargers and Browns. Those are the games
I
that I would
think
be looking at. But I think Chargers and Browns just going off of last year, that's gonna be a shootout.
I think this is going to be a very, very high scoring week in fantasy.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
this is going to be the best week in fantasy we've had. Week 5, teams are hitting their stride. Things are looking up for most teams. Just for most players, aside from Allen Robinson, he's never looking up. He's only looking down because he is.
yeah, man.
Actually, he's always looking up because he's at the bottom of the barrel. Fuck that shit.
True that. Mhm.
But yeah, I think this is the week. If you're 0-4, don't tilt. Stay the course, man. Crazier things have happened. That's always the saying I like to say. Crazier things have always happened.
Yeah, man.
I saw a guy last year who was 0-6 and won his league. So
What? Yo, hey, that's the way to do it, man.
as long as your
And
team has heart and you have passion, not like Joseph, no passion.
yeah, man. You gotta stick through it. Either make the claims necessary, make the start sits necessary. If you need to make a trade, you need to make a trade, man. If you need to, put a bandage over your team if you're a Jonathan Taylor. I know there's some Jonathan Taylor teams that are like 1-3,
Oosh,
so
oosh.
don't go full tilt yet, man. There's still a long season. It's only the first only the first month. So
Hey, Jonathan Taylor through 4 weeks has been running back 24. Last year
turned
through
it up.
4 weeks, he was running back 24 through 4 weeks. So
Yeah,
finished
yeah, I saw
RB1.
that stat. I saw that stat. Then he just went crazy. So that's what it tells
Just
you, brother. It's a
like
long season. Long
ride
season.
with your guys. Sometimes I know they hurt you. I know it hurts sometimes, man, but like, the pain feels good after. Like you got to become a slight masochist after some time because the benefit is going to be there in the end. With that being said, man, thank you guys for joining. Another great episode. Thank you, Gator, for joining. Swift, wave with the mouse because that's as much airtime. And as always, stay saucy, my friends.